Hello, beautiful diamonds of light. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Diamond of Light. I'm your host, Lakita, and I am on here to give you an insight on my latest painting I just finished. And I am going to give you all an Intuituve energy reading for the rest of October 2021. I hope all is well with each and every one of you all. I just been being and doing me. Yes, it's just a lot of things that's going on energetically. I can say it's a lot of shifts taking place. I mean, heard it all before, right? But it is a lot going on, and I did do a video that I posted about. Go check it out about Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars. A download about these planets that are about to bring in their energy and merge with planet's Earth energies and the effect it's going to have on us. I don't know the details, but anyway, whatever the message that came in, I did present it. If I get more information about that, I'm definitely going to bring you all the insight. But I am here today about this painting. I don't know where I want to start first. I don't know if I want to start with the painting or the reading. I think I'm gonna start with the painting today. I think I'm gonna start with the painting and then we'll get into the reading. Okay, I'm trying to point out things from a distance and then I'll bring it in closer, you know what I'm saying, so you all can maybe get a close view of the painting. But this here is a beautiful swan, okay? This is a swan. And I was sitting here one day and, the word swan, I always like to sit, and sometimes I get the way I do, I sit and wait on guidance to see what comes through for another painting. Sometimes it comes through during meditation, sometimes it comes through just off the fly, like it. I don't never know a lot of times, but sometimes I do ask. And I'll sit patiently and I'll wait to see what comes through. And I think I did this particular day. I just finished this painting actually, with the pyramid in the background. I finished it last night. So I've been working on this painting for a while due to, me having other things to do, and, I love my time that I get to spend with my art. And it takes me a lot of time and energy to paint these paintings. It really does, but I enjoy it. It's very meditative for me. It helps me to just expand, and when I get things coming in, I get so excited, and it's like, how do I put this information on the canvas? How the things that I'm got to put on the canvas, I'll be excited to see the information that's going to come through, because I only get bits and pieces of what's going to come through to me as I'm painting them. And then, like, when I get up here for you all, I just let it come through and see what I'm giving, okay? But I do get bits and pieces along the way. Okay, so I was guided in a particular day to do the swan, and the swan means vitality. It's about self-healing, self-dedication. And I got the saying from ugly ducklings. They're saying ugly duckling to beautiful swans. And it's like, and I'm getting to this because it's like we're in this ugly duckling phase. We've been going through these ugly duckling phases, you know what I'm saying? And it's those in our families who have been the outcasters, the black sheep. We've also been the ugly ducklings, see? And right now, we're going through these transitions on where we're to transform and through vitality, through self-love, through self-dedication. Okay, we're transforming into these beautiful swans. I get all these metaphors and these symphonies, all these things that come through to me to give reference to what we're going into, and what energies we can use to immerse and motivate us into the times and the shift that we're in. But yes, a swan was given to me. I would say, go look up the there's a multitude of reasons. The swan stands for things, okay, represents. But this one, I was given the ugly duckling to the beautiful swan. And a lot of it, if you see here, which I'm coming closer, there's scales on the wings of the swan. And I also have the chakra colors, the rainbow colors, representing the different vibrations that we're in, okay? Because the chakras are different frequencies and vibrations that we have to work through. So, and I'm getting now that these vibrations that we work through is, to help us to fly. And we're not really ready to go into the flying stages yet. We're just spreading our wings. We're spreading our wings so we can balance out our heart center, who we are divinely, working through, again, always working through our chakras, working through our consciousness, working through our information, unlocking our DNA coding within us. But the spreading of the wings, you're not flying. because you having to weigh yourself. You having to weigh out your options. You having to balance who you are. Okay, because one part of us internally, as far as internally, the masculine and feminine aspect, or the shadow and the light aspect, however you want to look at it, is matters of the heart, the trauma, the hurt, the pain, the things we have had to encounter through the multiple stages of our life, especially what we're going through right now as a whole on this planet, the pressures of the world, right? So it's like, okay, even in these times now, we feel like we're these sitting ducks. I mean, these sitting ducks. Yes, we're the ugly duckling, turned into the beautiful swan. You see how it went from duck to swan? Those are two totally different birds, but they're still weighing. Like, if you look at it, ducks and swans are so similar in characteristics, but it's still a transformation there. You happen to go from one, like, whole part of a self, like something, one whole total thing, and you happen to transform into something totally different to be able to have this new experience. Okay, so as the ugly duckling, we're sitting ducks. We're sitting ducks and we're being hunted. You don't really never hear about the swans, people taking out swans or hunting swans. I hadn't anyway. I don't know, maybe there's a thing, but I hadn't. But I know people do hunt ducks. And right now, and in these times that we've been going through, we've been sitting ducks. Okay, it's time to get out of that phase. It's time to reinvent who you are. Okay, it's time to know that you're more than just that duck, and you don't have to be that. You can transition to something beautiful. And the ugly duckling was never ugly in the first way. In the first place, you're not ugly. You're not. It's like a choice of what they've been programming us to think, that you are this one thing or you are this it. And there's more to you. There's even more to you than just swan. But this is the phases of the concepts that I was given. Okay, here's the scales, and I have the hearts, a heart. The heart, one of each scales representing the two versions of the self, or the polarities. You know what I'm saying? And with that, it's like we're having to weigh in through our emotions. This water right here, this is water behind the swan. And although the swan is on the land, it's like it's not, I don't really want to go into the water right now. It's on the land. It having to be on the dry land and on that surface to be able to balance itself out, because if it get out there in the water, the scales will not be too balanced, because the waves and the emotions will have you kind of tilting over. You know what I'm saying? And you can't balance yourself on water that is not still, because this water is not still. This water is in motion, and it has to be in motion to move. And you're having to balance these parts of yourself so you can go into this water, because in order to go into this water, you got to reach this pyramid back here. And this pyramid, as I show you, is it has black and gold, and it has specks of gold, but it's mostly black with the universe representation of the universe within the pyramid. Because also, as the pyramid in this water is as the universe is reflecting itself. And if you turn the pyramid, one side of the pyramid flat side upside down, and you have one side flat side up, it's the shape of the diamond. It has that diamond shape. The pyramid is all the way around, but in a 3D configuration. But if you just look at it in this angle, you have a diamond shape, period, right? And that's to do with the ethereal self, the higher self, the essence of connecting those parts of yourselves and connecting this pyramid to complete the diamond code that is within you. And that's universally. So I was guided to put this pyramid in here, and what you have to do is balance yourself here on this land, on this flat surface, so you can go out into the waters. And you balance yourself through entering into your different chakras, your different bodies, your different well-being, your different consciousness, your different emotions, your different experiences. And you heal those parts of yourself, and you work through those parts of yourself, and you enlighten those parts of yourself. Yes, you do, from the ugly duckling to the beautiful swan. And even when you get that swan, there is work there. There is work there to be done, even more work. And then after you balance your scales, after you balance it, the heart will go back to its center self, and now your wings will be free. It will not have all this weight on it anymore. Okay? And when you free yourself, you have to do the work by balancing yourself within yourself. And when you free yourself, then you take to the tides, to the waves, to the waters. and you explore even more of your emotions from a higher stance point. And through that, that's you swimming, not necessarily flying yet. Because you want to experience those emotions and you want to be able to swim and play and dive in this water to get to this pyramid. Because you have to experience those parts. You have to experience the waters, the tides. You have to get a balance in there too, but without the scales. You learn how to float. You learn how to vibe. You learn how to be in motion. You know what I'm saying? Just float. When you're going through hectic times, just float. Know that you can just float through some things by centering and balancing yourself. And as you're floating and you're guided to this pyramid right here, because that's what you're trying to get to, the universe. The universe, this is you. The pyramid is you, which is you put it together in that configuration. It's the diamond. Yes, the diamond. All right. So once you get to this pyramid, now you fly. Now you fly. Now you fly to different levels of the pyramid. The pyramid is just a representation of something, a structure. We see pyramids all over the world, but really, to me, what I'm getting is that, like, if you're mirroring it or if you put it together, like, it's like, it's this new show I call La Brea. And it's like, it's this hole that came into the city and you fall through the hole. It's a whole nother world there. And it's the same world, but it's a reflection of as above, so below. But it's kind of like they went through a timeline. But what I'm trying to tell you is, it's about this pyramid is sitting on top, up here on the flat surface of this world, within the waters, you can say. Because you can go two different ways. You go up and down, and you still explore if you're going down. And going down, exploring ain't nothing but a different experiences. It's not really necessarily a negative thing. It's just something that you're experiencing in to strengthen your character, to have more of experiences, more of a journey. You're journeying through everything, and all the journeying don't feel good, right? But as you're journeying and it don't feel good, you're learning who you are. That's about what it is about. That's what it's about. Learning who you are, strengthening your character, growing these different parts of yourself, unlocking in these different parts of yourself, and exploring in them. And this is what the Swan representation is about, this whole painting. Okay? And I have this, pink and purple, like murky, sky color, you know what I'm saying? Because of those are the energies that we're actually experiencing in these times. It's more the energies that's coming in off the planet, and I'm getting to that. It's back to reference of the energies that's about to be coming in off Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn. Okay? These are the energies that are about to come into this planet to take us through this next transformation. There's a new thing it's going to be new symbols, new representation, new things that I'm going to bring forth through art, through whatever comes to me. That's just what I'm guided to do. These are the things that's given to me to do, and I don't hold back. So, I take these experiences of my life and my journey, and I bring them forth to, open and unlock the mind of the people. So you can do your own, inner workings and guidance, what's meant for you, through creativity. Because that's all we're doing is creating continuously in these different experiences that we're having. That's what it's about, creating something, creating more of who you are. That's what it's all about. But sometimes we can be stagnated. Sometimes we can not form creations because we don't understand that we're just experimenting things, or we're just experiencing things so that we can create. Because from pressure, we create beautiful diamonds. But you had to go through pressure that was a transformation. Everything is about transformation majorly in this time, okay? So I'm gonna bring this painting in, and you can interpret whatever you would like to from your own perspective, because that's what art is about. That's what I love about it. I'm gonna bring it in so you can get a better view of what I'm speaking about. As you can see, the pyramid has the universe in it, and then there's gold, specks of gold in the background. And the gold that is coming in now is that why I was got to do the gold. Those are just fragments of yourself that you're having to experience, like the value of who you are. And it's not any, it's like the gold and the diamond. It's all about the value of who you are. You value yourself, and you're priceless, but you still, that's that representation. It's like a layer that you happen to, a layer of energy on the spectrum that's not there, that you can't see through this, but it's there. That golden light is there. That light that's there right before you hit the universe. Boom! You gotta go through that, and that's when you hit a certain point of your enlightenment. Okay, but yes, you see, I have the scales, the hearts, the wings have the chakra colors, rainbow colors, the ocean or the lake, wherever you want to see. I guess this is just water with waves, and the pyramid, and yes, the representation of the energies coming in. But yes, I was just guided to paint this, and then I just gave you my intuitive insight on it. And I love art. This is what I do. And I be, bringing in these divine messages so to help you all just explore. You explore this art too. Tell me what you get out of it, what you see. Unlock what's for you through even my art. You know what I'm saying? Because messages can come through you through what you see just from my image that I came up with, or what wasn't given to come to me to tell you all about. You can have your own interpretation once again. But I do this hoping to inspire and to, show you different viewpoints of how to look at things, my perspective, my viewpoint, my art, my vision, my version of things, That's all. You know what I'm saying? We all special. So I'm gonna get into this reading, okay? Like I said, this reading is for the rest of October 2021. Today is October 16th, so I'm here to bring you all the end of the month reading. Okay, I have my energy oracle deck, my goddess power oracle deck, my storm and tarot deck, and the magical oracle and dimension and activation deck. Okay, for the mind, body, soul, and spirit. That's what I always give you all. All right. So let's start with the energy oracle deck. Energy oracle deck. What is in store for the beautiful diamonds of light, the collective for October, the end of October 2021? What do we have to look forward to? From the day October 16th through the end of October 2021 for the mind, body, soul, and spirit. Yes. I'm just gonna see if anything pop out. Oh, right when I said it. Mind. You know what I'm saying? It's in reverse. So this is what I seen in first. Okay. It was reversed when I looked down there, but I kind of turned around on my home. But this ain't no, that's how it's supposed to be. Okay. Now listen to my intuition now. I really do. All right, body, soul, and spirit. And let them pop up. Oh, body. Oh, it's over here. Body. All right. So, flew out. And spirit. Man, Reese popped out for the spirit. I'm gonna leave him right there. Rick. And I'm looking at these cards up all now. I'm like, okay, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? But let's see as we keep unfolding them. Beautiful goddess power oracle deck. What is in store? Oh, one right here, mine. For the beautiful diamonds of light, the collective for October 16th through the end of October 2021. What do we have to look forward to for the mind, body, soul, and spirit? Body. Soul. Spirit. That was upside down, so well, this way. This is how it was. Okay. All right, Starman Tarot deck. Confirmation to the reading for October 16th through the end of October 2021 for the beautiful diamonds of light, the collective for the mind, body, soul, and spirit. What do we have to look forward to? Mind, body. So, these cards jumping on out, and spirit. Alright, spirit. We're gonna have an extra card dropping out the spirit at the end of this time. I think we're gonna get something here too. Oh, that one flipped over right on it. Just one for this one. Spirit. Alright. At last. The magical dimension oracle activation deck for the mind, body, soul, spirit, the collective, the beautiful diamond light for October 16th to the end of October 2021. Oh, that one flew out like lightning. Alright, so in spirit. So I always turn these cards right for this one. And spirit. Alright, spirit. Oh, 3 of them came out. I said, I know spirit got something to say. 3 came out from spirit. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on. Okay. I hadn't did it in a minute, so I had to bring it. Okay, for the mind. In the first column, we have blossoming abundance in reverse, followed by Goddess Sophia, divine wisdom upright, followed by the Tower and attachment. Let's see what's going on in the mind. Okay. Automatically the Tower card coming up. It's like, it's always a lot going on when that Tower card coming up. It's like when the Tower card coming up, it's just a lot of stuff. It's just make it be all just dysfunctional, falling apart. But a lot of things I'm getting is falling apart because of the attachments. Because of attachments to material gain, material wealth, people being in this right now, I guess a lot of people are in this mindset to where, what are we going to do? It's a lot of pressures. It's a lot of pressures going on with people and their well-being and how they're going to support their family and how they're going to, what's their next moves. And it's like we're attached to the not knowing how, the worry of the how we're going to gain or keep this financial how we're going to blossom in our abundance. And it's I'm got to tell you, it's there. Use your divine wisdom. Go within, and ask for guidance from the Goddess Sophia. Like, ask for divine wisdom. You have to go into your higher thought. You have to go into that golden energy that I was talking about. You have to tap into that essence of the universal self. Okay? Because of the attachments to money, the worrying of money, the holding on to doing all the wrong things, and that's what I'm getting to. Like, because of we are having to blankly make a choice to do something that we don't want to do to provide for our family, our whole world is crashing. Our whole realities are falling apart because we're having to do what we don't want to do. You don't have to, but a lot of people are making those choices to do what they don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because of the attachments to the material world. We don't know how to break free. So it's like we're having a hard time finding our blossoming abundance because we're thinking the only way we can retain it is to continue with the same lifestyle, the same notions that we have been living in and doing forever. The programs, what is written for us to follow by, those guidelines. And when you follow those, yes, these tower moments are going to continue to take place because a lot of people are following these guidelines to do what you don't want to do. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, use your divine wisdom. Only the divine wisdom, you standing up into your right authority and your rightfulness and standing up for who you are in truth, will you obtain this blossom abundance. Because going against that, going against your well-being, your truth, what you know is right, those tower moments are going to keep coming and coming. And they still, but the thing of it, if you stand in your truth and do what you know is right and righteous within you, and you stand your guard, you will be able to use your divine wisdom to maneuver through any and all things. So use that. Don't feel like you have to buckle down to the mandates. Don't feel like you have to buckle down to the what's being pushed on you in your life, period. Stand for who you are, stand for truth. Be your own guidance. Use your divine wisdom, and you will be able to maneuver through the things, and things will align for you to be and have what you're supposed to have, even in the midst of the darkness. Okay? And that's what I'm going to tell you in next session. Okay? So let's go with the body. We have the man holding his heart upright, followed by Goddess Danu, assurance in reverse, followed by the Four Swords upright, followed by wisdom. Okay. With the man holding his heart, it's like I see two hearts. It's like he holding his heart, but it's like another heart right here laying in his lap, a blue heart. He holding his heart, the red heart, but it's another heart right here. And that heart that he has placed on him is the feminine essence of himself or his significant other. So, but he's not in assurance with himself. He's not in assurance with his protection. He's not in assurance with his security, his stance of how he should move forward with the Four Swords to protect his family in the right way. It's like, I'm being God to tell you that whoever this for, go within yourself. You're really gonna have to meditate to figure out how to fight this fight. But only you can. You're going to have to meditate to find assurance in what you should do. When it comes to matters of the heart, love yourself wholeheartedly and protect in the righteous way. And with the Four Swords, it's like he's holding the sword. It's like one sword is penetrating his crown. And it's like that's the penetration that needs to take place. Because you have to open up your mind, your consciousness, your higher essence of yourself through centering yourself through this meditative state to realize the fight that you think you're having to fight ain't a physical fight, it's more spiritual. So for you to gain assurance of yourself, you're going to have to tap into the deeper soulful sides of yourself, the spiritual part of yourself, the soulful part of yourself to get this understanding. And he's holding these, so he has one sword laid in front of him and two in his hand, right? So he's not having to, and it's not any like blood or friction. It's like peace and tranquility there, right? It's like humbleness there. Although you're up against these things, there's no assurance there. Know that you're protected. Know that the answers are within you. Know that when you use your wisdom, we have the wisdom, when you use your wisdom, those matters of the heart are going to be taken care of. But if you try to just fight this thing full force and rage and fury and frustration, it's gonna feel like that tower moment in the first column. It's gonna feel like you can't figure things out. It's gonna feel like you're just all in a what am I gonna do? I can't stand it. I thought I was the man of my household. What am I to do? You have to go within your soul self and your soul God and use your wisdom. It's there for you to play to ponder on. It's there for you to use. You're not having to put up a physical fight. Your soul is already guiding you. You've already won. Through your self-love and your self-dedication, you won. That's what you got to focus on. That part of yourself. Those things. Go in wholeheartedly and focus on the, peace of mind, wisdom. What can I do to better equip things for me and my family without having to put up a dreadful fight that's going to take me out and other people I love too? You're going to have to use your wisdom. You're going to have to go that extra mile, extra notion up here. Penetrate that crown. Penetrate them high thoughts. And the only way you're going to do that is continue to love yourself. That's why you're holding your heart. You're holding your heart so you can hold her heart too. Because she's needing your support. Y'all need each other's support. But you're so assured, your assurance need to be her. But the only way you need to have assurance in her is to have assurance in yourself. Okay? And that's what I'm guided to say for that column. But, it's going to be all right. All right, in the soul column, we have the strategy card in reverse, followed by Goddess Shakti, transformation upright, followed by the Devil card in reverse, followed by forgiveness. Okay, so it's a lot of, what's stand out the most? Forgiveness. I mean, in these times, we're really going to have to surrender and forgive others, forgive ourselves, to be able to get that damn devil off your back. Because the longer you hold on for stuff, or to stuff, your soul is not going to be able to expand and evolve like it needs to. That devil card in reverse is telling you through forgiveness, you can let those dark forces go. You don't have to hold on to those things. And that's when the transformation take place. And there's nothing you can do to strategize through this. It's not a strategy you have to take to, it's not, I got to do it this way, I got to do it. No, you just have to let it go. You have to succumb your fears and forgive yourself and others. Okay? Strategy takes place as you plan things. You should not have to plan to forgive somebody. You just ask people to forgive you or forgive yourself is something that you need to do. Because the more we hold on to these things that are hindering us and keeping us in fear and bondage, the more that we're going to play in those devil energies. And the more we're going to seem like we're being attacked. And it's going to slow up our transformation process. And to be honest, through this transformation and these times, the rapid speed and the things that's going on, there's really nothing you can do to strategize through this. It's like, what's going to happen is going to happen. Even when you think you've strategized and you've written things out and you think you're going to do this a certain way, you're going to go down this line and do that, and you have all this stuff planned out, because the way the energies are so diverse and so coerced, your strategizing is not going to matter, because you're going to keep getting thrown for a loop, especially if you haven't worked through your forgivenesses. It's just not going to matter. So forgive yourself, forgive others, to move forward so you can let go of this dark notion or this heavy weight of everything that's demonically or low vibrations going on with you, so you can transform. And you can't strategize for this. And that's just a direct message right here from the soul column. The soul is telling you to let go and merely just be. Be free. Expand through that. Transform only through that. Because if you don't forgive, there is nothing to be forgiven. Okay? So, only through you can forgiveness take place. Even if you apologize to somebody else, you're not apologizing to them for them. You're apologizing to them for you, so you can do your healing. Okay? And when other people apologize to you, no matter how much damage they have done or hurt, you accept their apology, not to help them feel better about forgiving them for what the heck they done. It's for you can feel better for forgiving them so you can move on. Okay? And these are the steps that you have to take from within. And there's no strategizing, it's just doing it. Just putting in the work. And it's not easy, but you can do it. We all can do it. You're not weak because you forgive. They don't make you a wimp because you forgive. That makes you a dang on star trooper. Okay? Or whatever you want to call yourself. It makes you up there. It puts you above the low shit. You know what I'm saying? So, forgive and move on. All right, Spirit is saying a lot over here. I just want to see what Spirit's talking about. Cause Spirit. You got to be able to read Spirit. Now you got to see what Spirit. Cause like I said in one of my videos not long ago, Spirit can be tricky. Fickle. You know what I'm saying? But Spirit is there to help guide you if you know what you're doing and who is what and what is what, depending on what frequency you on. What frequencies you are on is the spirits that you are guided through. Okay. So if you're on a low frequencies, you better know those spirits that's messing with you are the ones that's trying to with you. They don't have your best interest at heart. But if you're loving yourself and you're in high frequencies, know that the spirits that are guiding you is to help you maneuver through all these bullshit things going on in the matrix, or your life, or your world. So, do your own interpretation, have your own guidance, your own discernment, and you will know. Do the work. That's what it takes to work. The inner work and inner guidance. So let's see what the spirit's talking about. I have in the first column, Angel of Balance, followed by Healer of Ages, followed by the third chakra, Archangel Michael in reverse. Now the Angel of Balance is upright, and the Healer of Ages in the third chakra, Archangel Samuel is in reverse. Okay, let's go to the next one. So next we have Goddess Liezi, Revelations, and Mayat, Truth in reverse. Liezi is upright, Revelations, and Truth is in reverse. Okay. Followed by the Starman Tarot deck, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. And then lastly we have Dreamscape, dream work, subconscious imagination. All right. That's what that. I'm gonna get there. And then we have the Celestial Assistance, Angelic Messages, Guidance, and Enlightenment. And we have Reflective Truth. Okay. Identity, self-love, and acceptance. Okay. Wow. Like I said, it's saying a lot, right? Let me see, can I put all this together? Like, what? Okay. Anyway, the Healer of Ages follow in reverse with the Angel of Balance upright and the third chakra in reverse. Okay, so automatically I'm getting that in order for you to bring balance, you're going to have to go in to do the healing work. And it's a lot to do with this third chakra, the solar plexus, your soul essence, your soul guidance, okay? And a lot of that is like you having issues in those areas and can't find the balance, but need to because of you need revelations to truth, okay? And the truth only comes through the reflection of yourself, okay? We look for truths outside of us. We look for other people to give us these truths when, a lot of people's truths are their truths and it's false narratives, okay? So, you have to go in with your own guidance and reflection of yourself to see what's true for you, for your guidance, because what the next person is doing or what they're guided to do for their truth, not what's meant for you 9 times out of 10, okay? So, and a lot of people get disappointed, or a lot of people be heartbroken or in, all kind of mishap because they're trying to follow other people's truth, and then they feel like they're not in the they're being misguided, and they're not in their true revelations. They're don't know how to put this, but no balance there because of the truth issues, which you have to do self-reflection so you can find that truth and that guidance and stop looking outside of yourself for truth, because the revelations are the truth from within you. And because of the Queen of Swords, when I'm getting in reverse, is because of that that major fight. We're looking for the higher sources, the people that we feel like have more answers for us because they have the more experience, so they got the more knowledge, or they have the higher, positions, that these people have our best interests at heart. Doctors, scientists, nurses. I mean, a lot of the time, they have been misled because it's not even their truth, the truth that they're going off of. They're going off of somebody else's truth that they're put together for them. So it's like a lot of people have been misled due to other truth for other people's agendas because it's their truth for them. So now you're like, oh my goodness, oh, this ain't right. So now you have to reflect on that and figure out that, and a lot of people are realizing this truth is not for them. That's not the truth. So do this, you're realizing with the Queen of Swords, like I said, being in reverse is, no, these people have no idea. Obviously, they are not telling me the truth. All of these things been lies all along. I cannot keep going with this guidance. I need to go in and do some self-reflection, and I need to find out the truth for myself, because only the truth lies within. I mean, there are facts and there are things that are truthful and factual out there, and look at those things. But also dig deeper into, are those things factual? Because facts always change too. You know what I'm saying? Because science always change, consciousness and thoughts always change. Things are forever changes. Nothing is set in stone, not even mathematics, because you can always add another equation or another problem, another solution, whatever, to the math problem to make it something else. So just knowing that things are forever continuing changing. So as everything is continuing changing, go within you and see what's changing, what's realizing, and what's in realization for you. What's your revelations for your truth and your guidance? Because the truth is that through the dream work, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, and one of my other things, you know, we're awakening, but we're awakening within a dream. So as you're awakening in these dreams, there's illustrations of other stories within these dreams. So you're still living in a dream. So although you got a part of a truth, a part of a truth that you think is a truth, you need to go in and self-reflect to see if this is a truth or another truth that's been made up by somebody else that's reflecting on you. So you need to find a reflection from yourself to see if it's truth for you. And in a dream world, we can get like manipulated by a lot of the truths as well. So the dreamscape, like it said, your subconscious, those are things that is being programmed in us. That's what we have been programmed to believe or to know for so long. But that's when you, right here, you have to go back to the reflective truth. So when you are in these dreams, we're in a dream now. Like, we're woke, but we're in a dream now. Like, we're dreaming when we're in our realities, okay? So we're actually dreaming when we're in these realities. So, and there's other realities going on around us, and that's other people's dreams. So you have to reflect to see, is those things, it's a lot to say in the spirit, I told you, is those things meant to you? But you have your celestial assistants. That means you have your higher assistants, you have your higher guidance. And then celestial assistants is the things within you, your higher consciousness. Okay? So as you do more of the work and the balancing of yourself, and you go on and you do more of the healing of your soul, you will be able to realize what truths are for you or not for you. You will be able to realize what direction you should be going on. You will be able to realize that you are more than this ugly duckling. You are a beautiful swan. Spread your wings and fly. You know what I'm saying? The sky's the limit. So don't, in these times, think you have to be stuck in these boxes, or think you have to be characterized, or think you have to be a certain way, or you have to fit in this and that. Find out what's your truth. Okay? Find out what works for you. Do your work. It's a lot of distractions and a lot of things going on. And the only way you're going to be able to hear yourself, use your wisdom, use your guidance, stand in your third authority, is to go within. Quietly. Quiet time. Quietly. And even if you go within and you meditate or you whatever and things still not clear, it will start to get clear the more the chatter calm down, the more you do the self-love and self-reflection. I guarantee you. I'm still working on it. And don't think you're going to get this stuff overnight. No, it's a long process. And you're going to continue to work on it. So be easy with yourself, okay? But try your best to stay as positive as possible. And remember, always love yourself. Until next time, beautiful diamonds of light. Bye now.